Hello, everybody. This is City Journal, and I'm Arius Downs with Scott Schertzer.
Well, hey, it's good to be with you. Maybe a lot of our viewers might not recognize, but it's been well over a year and a half since we've done a City Journal. So I'm excited to get back to the students here at Marion Harding High School Telecom program and talk about some of the issues that are taking place in and around our city. So appreciate it, Aries. Thank you very much, and I'll let you kick it from there.
All right. So let's talk about leaf collection. What are the laws regarding that, and when should we have our leaves raked to the side of the road?
Yeah, this is the time of year where the leaves start to fall, and of course everybody knows that Mother Nature controls that, not the city government. But we don't really have any rules or laws. We more have guidelines and practices that we follow. Leaf collection has gone on in our community for decades. It is a service that most communities don't offer, so I'm happy that our sanitation department is able to do this. Now, we started our curbside leaf pickup in October, late October. The last day that we're shooting for right now is Friday, December the 10th. And what you need to do, if you've done this over the years, we ask you to rake your leaves to the curb or to the edge of the street. We can't have you put them in the street or in the gutters. That's very important that you don't put them in the gutters, because those leaves, when it rains, they'll get matted on top of the catch basins, and it could cause unwanted street flooding or even worse. So we'll do this program through Friday, December the 10th. We send 3 trucks that have these giant vacuums really on them, and we come by and we suck up all the leaves that you've raked to the curb, and we'll dispose of them for you. Now, if you do not want to wait on us, and I understand that most people might not want to, because we might not get there on the Monday after the weekend that you just raked your leaves, because we only have 3 crews, because that's the equipment that we have, you can take these to Outdoor Resource Supply on Barks Road, and you can take your leaves or your yard waste there yourself. Now, I would also ask you to please have proof that you are a city resident, because they may require that. It's not our requirement. That's Outdoor Resource Supply's requirement, because it's a free service that's paid for in other means and manners. So if you have a city utility bill, your driver's license, if you do it. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait until our crews go throughout the city. I know today they were in the southeast segment of the city, and then when they're done there, they'll move to the northeast and then to the central part, and they just kind of go a clockwise or counterclockwise throughout the city of Marion until all the leaves are picked up. Now, on December the 10th, that doesn't mean we're done, but we are going to put 2 of those pieces of equipment away, so we're only going to have 1 leaf truck out. So that's why we have to have a cutoff, because when it starts to freeze, it makes it very hard for us to use those vacuums to sweep up the leaves, and in fact, it doesn't work very well at all. So we have to have that cutoff date, but we'll keep 1 truck on staff here for a while, and we will also stop the curbside yard collection on Friday, December the 10th as well. So that is curbside leaf and yard waste collection.
Okay. So you mentioned a curbside aspect of this. So there's going to be the free program that lets you donate your leaves or whatever. And then there's the trucks that go and pick up your leaves. So does curbside imply a third option for removing all of this yard waste, or?
I think curbside is just a generic term that we've always used, because you're putting your yard waste in those giant brown paper bags down near the curb, or you're raking your leaves down near the curb. So it's more of a generic term. Again, we'll pick it up, or you can take it to a third party, which is Outdoor Resource Supply. And if you don't want to wait on us, some people don't have the ability to take their yard waste or their leaves on their own, and that's why they wait on us. But if you don't want to wait, then you can do that on your own. I think the most important question here today when we're talking about yard waste collection and leaf raking is, Who does the leaf raking at your house?
Parents.
Oh man, listen to that.
All right. So I heard there was a job opening that was available.
Yeah, from time to time we have positions that are open that we like to broadcast out to the community. We do this monthly when I'm on the radio or when I come to Harding Telecom on a regular basis, like we're getting back into that groove of doing. We are currently accepting applications for a zoning compliance officer, more commonly known as a zoning inspector. This is a full-time job with full-time benefits, working for the city of Marion. There are some qualifications that go along with this, but if you're interested in the position like this at all in the city government, you should go to our online and you can apply there. Or if you're an in-person type of person like me, you can come to the third floor of City Hall and you can ask for the HR clerk, Amy O'Connor, and she will get you the application. You can fill it out right there and hand it right in. Again, it's a full-time job starting out at $18.66 an hour. And once you have gone through your probationary period, which is usually about a year, you can top out at $24.89 an hour. Again, these are full-time positions that we're currently accepting applications for.
So what is the deadline for applying to this job?
Great question. Right now the deadline is December the 1st, but if we don't feel like that we've gotten enough applications in, we can extend that deadline a little bit. Then we go through the interview process and then we make a conditional job offer to somebody. We do background checks, drug tests, etc. I don't expect that this position will be filled until the 1st of 2022.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to City Journal. Alright, so what would the holiday hours be looking like with Christmas and Thanksgiving right around the corner?
Yeah, so we got Thanksgiving coming up here just in about a week or so. What I tell folks when we enter into the holiday season, which we're doing right now, I always tell and ask people to call first before you come down because you want to make sure the department that you might need to see or visit with is open. Obviously, we are closed on Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday, November the 25th. But on November the 24th, we will be closing early on that Wednesday. So that might be the day that you want to call ahead first. And then on Friday, November 26th, we are also closed. So the Thursday, Friday closed and closing early on Wednesday around Thanksgiving. I will tell you that City Hall will be closed on Friday, the Senior Center, Marion Area Transit will be closed. However, we will be doing trash pickup on that Friday. Now that Friday is what we call a double day because of the Thanksgiving being on Thursday, we're not picking up trash. So our crews will pick up Thursdays and Fridays trash on Friday. So that double day puts them behind a little bit. So Friday, if you've noticed, they might not have picked up your trash at 8 a.m. when they normally do. They may be running a little bit behind. So just be patient. They'll get to you. We do this every year. It's planned this way. But those are the holiday hours for Thanksgiving. And I think maybe next time we're on next month, we'll get more into the Christmas hours. Just remember to always call first before you come.
Do you have any special preparations that need to be met so that this double day can go smoothly? Like, is there any special needs that need to be met besides just putting out Thursday and Friday's trash together?
Well, I think the biggest issue is to make sure that if your trash is normally picked up on a Thursday, that you don't forget to put it out on Friday. And that sometimes happens, and we need to make sure that our residents understand that this is a double-day pickup. We're already prepared for this. We use the same crews, the same equipment, and those folks have been doing this for a number of years, so they understand how the process of a double-day pickup works. The same thing generally happens around Christmas time, and so we're very well accustomed to this type of program that we're using on a double-day pickup.
All right. So, what is the 2020 budget gonna look like?
So yeah, this is the time of the year that the administration works with all the department heads and the directors in the city of Marion to propose the 2022 budget. Now, normally we would have submitted this budget to council at the beginning or late October. But because of some of the issues that have been going on in the auditor's office, we've been unable to get the information that the city needed, my administration, to put a budget together. So we have worked with the new interim auditor to make sure that that information is provided to my department heads and my directors, and we have the 2022 budget ready to go. I'm not real concerned that we're about 4 to 5 weeks behind schedule, because the council cannot vote on the 2022 budget until January 1st of 2022. But we have a budget that's ready to go. It'll go to the first committee meeting, which will be the first Monday of December. And then if it gets passed out of committee in that first Monday, then we can have 2 readings of the 2022 budget in the second and the fourth Mondays of December. And then on January 1st, when the new council is sworn in and a pro temp is appointed and a council clerk is appointed, usually the only item on the agenda is the budget, and then it'll be voted on by the new council members. We've been doing a really good job when it comes to our revenues. Most people don't know this, but we generate the revenue that the city spends in its budget on a 2% earned income. And with the unemployment rate being under 5% in Marion County, that means that the revenue projections have been coming in a little bit ahead of what we initially thought they were. When the unemployment goes up, that means less people are working, and that means less people are paying the municipal income tax. Unemployment down, more people work, generates more income tax. So we're quite pleased with the revenue generations here in 2021 and also the revenue projections for 2022. Not to mention that we've had COVID money, ARPA money coming our way. So we're getting a lot of federal dollars being infused into our budgets. And so I'm quite pleased with the 2022 budget right now. We are slightly out of balance, but we look to our carryover to make that a balanced budget. In the state of Ohio, we are required by law to pass a balanced budget.
So could you talk about the new infrastructure bill that was just passed?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions about the new infrastructure bill. And it was just signed into law here recently. So we're still waiting and looking to see how that's going to be applicable to a community like Marion, Ohio. We are definitely going to apply for sewer projects and infrastructure improvements to the city of Marion, but it's almost a little bit too early for us to understand how this is going to happen, how we make those applications. I'm not sure that we'll know how to do this until sometime mid to late of 2022. And so we might not see that money roll into our community until 2023, where we have shovel-ready projects and we're ready to hit the ground running with those projects in 2023. But that remains to be seen. If we have to hurry up the process and move a project up that we had planned on doing, we're prepared and ready to do that.
So if It sounds like you don't know exactly how you're doing this yet, but are there any projects you have pre-planned to take advantage of the infrastructure bill?
Absolutely. The city has had a plan in place to replace our sewer infrastructure for a number of years now. We refer to it as the long-term control plan, and it lays out a 20-year plan to replace aging infrastructure that is falling apart in our sewer systems. So we know what those projects are. We have to spec and bid the design of them. We usually have to spec and bid a contractor that comes in and does the work. So yes, we are prepared to do those projects. We just don't know how to plug it into the projects that we have and the ARPA money, or the infrastructure money, I should say, that'll be coming our way very soon.
All right. It looks like we're going to be going to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to City Journal. So, would you like to talk about the ribbon cutting that recently happened?
Yeah, so I got to do something exciting the other day. Most Marionites are aware that about 30 years ago, the Marion Rotary Club made a substantial donation to the City Park Department to build Project Playground in McKinley Park. And recently we did a ribbon cutting on the new Centennial Project Playground. Again, I'd like to thank the Marion Rotary Club for their generous donations that help fund probably about 65 to 75% of that project. And also want to thank the Marion Community Foundation, who helped out a great deal. And the day of the ribbon cutting, Marion General Hospital Ohio Health also announced a nice contribution to help with Project Playground maintenance and upkeep. If you remember the old Project Playground, it was made out of wood and it was stained, and we put mulch and wood chippings on the ground level. This Project Playground is totally different. It's a modern, contemporary playground. It's much larger, it's much safer, and it's more conducive to all types of children, even special needs children who might be in a wheelchair or have special needs that they have to have when it comes to playground. And so we're really excited. I want to thank the Marion Pep Club. The Pep Club was actually a class project that came out of the Marion Chamber of Commerce. This was their chosen class project from about 3 or 4 years ago, and it finally came to fruition just this week. I also want to thank Mike Cheney and the Marion City Parks Department crew, because they helped out quite a bit on this project, doing little things and helping placement and clearing off the ground and things of that nature. So if you get a chance, I know it's getting colder, but the floor of this playground is a rubberized floor, and you can play on it year-round. And so I would encourage you to get out to McKinley Park by Marion General Hospital and take a look at the new Project Playground. So we appreciate everybody's hard work that has gone into the Project Playground Centennial program.
All right, so let's talk about the upcoming holiday events at Marion.
Well, I'm sure Harding has some upcoming holiday events as well, but I can tell you this. It appears that people are really looking forward to the holiday season this year. People are tired of being cooped up. They're tired of the pandemic. They're tired of COVID. So there are a lot of activities planned in the downtown area. And I do want to thank Downtown Marion, Inc., which is the downtown organization that helped plan most of these events that I'm going to talk about now. So a year ago, we started the official tree lighting ceremony in the community, and that was a tree that's been donated by a local resident or an organization. That tree official lighting ceremony will take place on November the 26th. That's the Friday right after Thanksgiving. I think that's because that's when a lot of people put up their Christmas tree. So if you come to downtown Marion, Founders Park, around 6 o'clock, you can see the official tree lighting ceremony that'll take place there. So we're excited about that. That is kind of the official kickoff of the holiday season. But moving into the first weekend of December, which is also considered a big kickoff for the holiday season in this community, because Saturday, December the 4th, is the Peanut Push. And if you know anything about the Peanut Push, it raises money for a local Christmas charity that does great work in this community to help out underprivileged families to have a better Christmas season. So that Peanut Push takes place at 10 a.m. It's on Main Street, right downtown, right in front of Founders Park. We'll block off the streets at Church and Center, and so that'll be open there for a while. And we'll have the Peanut Push. And if you don't know what the Peanut Push is, yes, the mayor participates. You get down on your hands and knees and you push a peanut across the street with your nose, and it's a race. So if you get in the top two, you get to do it again. If you don't want to do it twice in one day, then don't be in the top two. But just remember, it's all for a charity, and I enjoy doing it every year. I've been doing the Peanut Push for more than 20 years now because it's such a good cause. At noon, the Christmas parade will kick off on Center Street, and then later that evening, you will have Christmas at the Palace, which is a long-standing tradition here in the Marion community. So thanks to the Palace Theater for continuing the tradition of Christmas in our community with Christmas at the Palace. And also Santa Claus from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, December the 4th, will be at the Exploratorium, which is just south of downtown on Main Street. And then later on, every weekend, Santa will be there. He'll be back in the Founders Park at his Santa's Little Workshop, and there'll be all kinds of things taking place in downtown Marion. So, a lot of plans for Christmas. Come downtown, enjoy the festivities, have something to eat, do your Christmas shopping in downtown Marion. We appreciate Downtown Marion, Inc. for all their efforts.
So what is your plan for success to win this year's Peanut Push?
So I train very hard for the Peanut Push every year, and a lot of people don't know my training regiment. I do a cardio workout. I work out 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Even lift a little weights, because you use a lot of shoulders in that Peanut Push, because you're on your hands and you're bent over, and the back side of you is higher up in the air than the front side of you. So you have to have a lot of upper body strength, and it's just a lot of fun. No matter what happens, you don't really go down to win the Peanut Push. You go down to have a good time and raise money for charity, and that's always an exciting thing to do in our community.
You mentioned charity. What charity organization is this money going to?
It's go to the Christmas Clearinghouse. So they collect toys, they collect money, they have a goal that they generally reach every year, and then they distribute that to the families that they have selected that need that little extra boost during the holiday season.
Well, it looks like that's all we have today, Mr. Schertzer. So thank you for coming, and we hope to have you back next month.
Well, it's always good to be here with you. Thank you so much. I enjoyed getting back to the City Journal here at Marion Harding High School. And before we sign off, I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and ask everybody to be safe out there.
All right. Thank you all for watching.